Hello my lovies and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn and today we're going to be making something for breakfast. Quick, easy, simple, something you can eat on the go or sit around and enjoy with a lovely cup of coffee. What are we making? Fig-A-Rollies. Yep, Fig-A-Rollies. They're going to be delicious. Let's do it. Let's get down to it. Okay, I've got my big old jug of some old-fashioned oats. Yay, hooray. I'm gonna need 2 cups, but only this 1/3 measure will fit inside of here. So we're gonna do 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. So that's 2 cups, and I'm just going to spread them out on this little sheet here because I want to throw these in the Easy Bake Oven and just get a light toast on them because that will add a certain depth of flavor that will just be outstanding. I also have, I don't know, maybe it's 1/3 cup of various nuts. This is the dregs from a mixed nut variety thing. And I've been trying to make my way through it, and I think we are down to the very last bag. And I have put in a Costco order for some new nuts for this, fall and holiday season because we love them. And this is mostly pecans and cashews and almonds and a couple of little macadamia nut chunks. That'll be just fine. I'm going to pop these into my Easy Bake Oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to keep my eagle eye on them because nuts and oats can toast very quickly. I don't want to burn either one of them because it will smell to high heavens and, it's too good to waste. So I'm going to toast these probably about 10 minutes in the Easy Bake Oven or in my regular oven, 5 to 7 minutes maybe. Keep your eye on them. Stir them up a little bit. It'll be all right. While those are toasting, let's go ahead and get the rest of our ingredients together. I've got my food processor out here. Yep, just got the simple S blade on it. I know it looks a little big and bulky. It's a Roku, and it's, a restaurant quality food processor, but don't worry. Any food processor will work. You could also make this in your stand mixer if you are so inclined. So I got these figs over at my Dollar Tree. It's 4 ounces. It was $1.25. I was super happy about that because we love figs. And these look outstanding. Yeah, that's what a little dried fig looks like. And they smell just like Fig Newtons. If you've never had a fig before, it smells just like the cookie. And they are a little bit squishy. And that is just fine with me. Anyhow, I'm going to put all 4 ounces in here. Yay, hooray. I have some water here that I microwave. And let's go ahead and add 2 tablespoons to my dried figs. All right, I need my lid. And now I'm just going to go ahead and give this a pulse up. I want it to form a paste, and I also kind of want that paste to roll into a big ball. Well, as big as it's going to get. We're going to let this go for a while, and if it looks like it's going to need some more water, we're going to go ahead and add it. Here we can see that the figs are all ground up, but they're not really forming a ball. So I want to add just 1 more tablespoon water, and that should do it. My nuts and oats have come out of the oven. They smell terrific. And I knew they were done before I even walked over to the Easy Bake Oven because I could smell toasty nuts and toasted oats. Yay, hooray. All right, I'm just gonna set these over to the side and go ahead and add my 1 more tablespoon of hot water. Give these figs another little blast. There we go. We've got it. We got it all clumped into a ball. Yay, hooray. Let's go ahead and add our other ingredients. And there's not that many of them. We're gonna add some really good squeezes of honey, maybe 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, I'd say that's about 3 tablespoons of honey. I've got some Skippy Super Chunk. That's my favorite. You can use yours by all means. And I am going to go ahead and just put about 1/3 cup of the peanut butter in there. Yay, hooray. I love peanut butter. It is one of my favorite things for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Peanut butter toast. Yes, please and thank you. Anyhow, these are going to be super great for breakfast. And to be honest with you, breakfast is something that I kind of struggle with because we did not really grow up in my family with breakfast. I mean, you could make yourself a bowl of cereal. You could have toast. You know, there was always fresh fruit. But my parents were not morning people at all. Not even a little bit. They would pretty much just sit there and wake up and drink coffee and read the newspaper. And my mother was not a breakfast maker at all. Not even a little bit. We've got our honey, our peanut butter, our figs. Yay, hooray. Let's go ahead and add our toasted oatmeal and our nuts in here. And you can use any combination of nuts. You can use any oatmeal. If you're gluten-free, find yourself a nice gluten-free oatmeal. You could add flaxseed to this, or pine nuts, or whatever rocks your boat. Yeah, go for it. Add it on in. It'll be okay. There we go. Okay, got those all in. Only made a little bit of a mess. No worries. Now I'm going to put the lid back on. And I'm going to go ahead and start it. And I'm going to let this combine, chop up all of those nuts, and get that back into a ball. Now I still have a little bit of water. If it looks like it's going to be too dry, if it's not coming back to that ball, then we'll go ahead and add just a little bit more water, or we can even add a little bit more honey. Take a look at it and see what it's doing in here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's coming along nicely. I even think we're going to go ahead and put in an extra squeeze of honey. Don't be afraid to open it up. Take a little taste test. What does it need? Oh, there we go. Now it's coming back to a ball. Perfect. Okay, well that's really sticking together really well. I'm able to take and make a ball with my hands without any difficulty. So we have got this just right. Let's go ahead and make our Fig-A-Rollies. Yay, hooray! Alright, so that's what my Fig-A-Rollie mixture looks like, all combined. And it's pretty sticky, so I still have our warm water here, and I am going to use that to help me form these balls. So I'm going to just put my hand, perfectly clean hands that I have washed very thoroughly, into the water, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of the mixture, and I think I'm going to make these rollies, about that big, about 2 bites worth. And you can make them as round as you want. This would be a fun thing to let the kids do. Yeah, my parents were not, they were not morning people. They did not make breakfast. They made, breakfast for the younger kids, if Melissa or I didn't make it. But, once you got old enough to reach the milk, you could make your own cereal as far as they were concerned. And so you would wake up in the morning, you would get yourself up. We all had alarm clocks. Yeah, that was an expectation that you got to a certain age and you could get yourself ready. And then you would come out, and Mom and Dad would be sitting there drinking coffee, reading the newspaper, that kind of thing. And then you would go to the kitchen and make yourself cereal, or you could have anything that you wanted. You could have leftovers from the night before if you were so inclined. A lot of the times, you were running out the door and my mother would say, hey, did you get something to eat? And no. Well, grab yourself an orange soda and a Little Debbie snack cake. You'll be fine. And yeah, that's what, grab an orange soda and a Little Debbie snack cake and take off for the bus. And we had to walk about a 1/4 mile to our bus stop, which was really good because it gave you plenty of time to eat your Little Debbie snack cake and drink your orange crush soda. Yep. And what did you do with the trash? Well, that was the best part, because at our bus stop was actually where everyone burned their trash. There was this great big hole, and there was trash in it, and old cars, and all kinds of weird things. Anyhow, people burned their trash there many times over the week. So you just went over to the trash hole and you threw your Little Debbie snack wrapper into the garbage hole, and your can, just pitched it right in there. And then later on, somebody was going to come around and burn their trash and your trash too. The boys at my bus stop loved the trash pile, and they would go in there and they would, get into things and look at the trash and play kick the can and hide and go seek and all kinds of things. And I was not a person that liked to get dirty, so I would just stand there and wait for the bus quietly. And I was infinitely glad that they were amused with their hide and go seek and the trash pile, because that meant that they weren't picking on me. So yeah, that's what we had for breakfast more often than not. It wasn't really a matter of finances because we always had plenty. Just a matter of my parents not morning people. So for me, I struggle with breakfast. I still think that a Little Debbie snack cake and, coffee is a pretty decent breakfast. But this will be infinitely better for us. It will give Andrew a little bit more variety in his breakfast. So typically our breakfast options consist of oatmeal, cereal, boiled eggs, yogurt, and yeah, the usuals. If you want to make yourself something more than that, go for it. I personally think peanut butter toast with a little bit of honey on it is just fine. And these stick together so fantastically. Yeah, they're not falling apart. Just that little bit of warm water, that honey, and the peanut butter makes these, they're fantastic. And they're going to make quite a few. So if you're a smaller family like Andrew and I, this would be more than enough for probably the entire week, because I think a portion size is going to be maybe 2 for me, maybe 3 for him for breakfast. And then the rest of them, I'm going to pop them in the freezer. And then 1 week when he's complaining about, our breakfast choices being boring, you can pop these back out again and say, well, here you go, love. Have at it. Have a Fig-A-Rollie. You could do these with dates. Absolutely. I've seen people do that. You could do these with dried apricots. That would be fantastic. Yeah. The prunes, you know. And your add-ins. You don't have to use peanut butter. That's the nut butter that I had. Almond butter, cashew butter, you know, whatever kind of nut butter you've got going on in your life or you like. Flaxseed, almond meal, all of the things. Yeah, you could put extra dried fruit in here. Use the figs as your jumping off point and just, you know, keep on going. You can make these as round and as perfect as you want. You know me, I'm a little bit informal. I don't really care. Gordon Ramsay wouldn't care either. He would be delighted by these. If he shows up for breakfast, I'm going to put on a pot of Earl Grey. I'm going to serve him some of these. I might even be able to maybe like whip up a scone or something like that out of the freezer. There's all kinds of things in there if I look. Anyhow, yeah. Come on over for breakfast, Gordon Ramsay. I got you covered, baby. Maybe he wants coffee. We could have both. Why choose when you can have it all? Anyhow, I think these are super tasty and delicious, and they will fill you up. They're high in fiber. They're good in protein, so you're going to feel full. And, you know, you got to be regular if you want to be happy. My lovelies, this made about 18 Fig-A-Rollies. I think they're a pretty decent size. They're definitely 2 biters. These are delicious and yummy. And, yeah, make them your own. What would your add-ins in? What would your add-ins be? Now remember, the more add-ins that you add, you may need more figs. That's kind of the glue that holds them all together. How many nuts or flaxseed or whatever your add-ins are. Yeah, you might need more of the dried fig. Nothing wrong with that. They're $1.25 over at my Dollar Tree. They have lots of them. I hope yours do too. All right, my lovelies, these are going to be great for breakfast. Be good, be careful, look both ways. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous. Smooches, baby, smooches.